Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Nearly one day's US production, that's what total oil export out of the United States for last week were, reaching a record of 11 million barrels, government data on Wednesday showed, but crude price meanwhile extend their rally for a fifth day out of six. Global benchmark Brent clung to above 100 per barrel, although the market did struggle most of the session as traders agonized over the potential for another outside U.S. rate hike in September and the likelihood that a flagging recession not in the United States over the first two quarters of this year could deepen and affect Europe and the rest of the world. Equally, at the top of oil traders' minds was the additional supply that will come onto the market if Iran gets a renewed nuclear deal with global powers that would remove U.S. sanctions on its oil, allowing its legitimate returns to the export market for crude. New York traded West Texas Intermediate. The benchmark for U.S. crude was up 1 or 2% at 9 per barrel. WTI has rallied with few stops since hitting a near 6 month low of H on August 16. London traded Brent settled up 1 or 1% at the global crude benchmark has rallied since hitting a low of 9 6 days ago. Recession first acid one reason for Brent's relative underperformance against WTI on Wednesday was the suppressed export performance of U.S. crude versus global competing oils, said traders. At the rate the U.S. is exporting oil, Saudi Arabia and the rest of OPEC should be worried for their market share, said John Kilduff, partner at New York-based energy hedge fund Again Capital. The U.S. is nearing one day's production of oil for the combined crude and products export it is doing. Kilduff observed erosion of market share was what led the Saudis to ramp up production before the pandemic to try and kill U.S. shale oil, although U.S. crude production remains below pre-pandemic heights. This sort of export numbers will raise Saudi eyebrows for sure. They won't like this one bit, I can tell you. The United States exported 4 million barrels of crude during the week ended August 19, after a record 5 million barrels in the previous week to August 20. The Washington-based Energy Information Administration, or EI, reported in its weekly petroleum stats report. In addition to the crude export, there were 6 million barrels of gasoline shipments and 2 million barrels of other oils that made it for overseas sales last week. The total of 11 million overwrought last week's grain oil sales of 10 million. In terms of crude production, the United States put out 12 million barrels per day last week. The EIA reported crude oil inventories after all export and domestic consumption fell last week by 3 million, extending the previous week's drop of 7 million. The drop in the crude balance was helped by an outsized release of 8 million barrels from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve of SPR, which the Biden administration has been tapping to ensure adequate simply for refiners to turn into gasoline that will reduce pump price of the fuel. With last week's drawdown, the SPR's total holding of emergency crude now stood at its lowest level since January. The AIA said the price of for that has been the continuous drop in pump price of gasoline since the start of summer on June 20. On Wednesday, the retail price of gasoline averaged 3 per gallon, compared with the mid-June record hike of 5. Okay guys, maybe that's all from me. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.